Well, hello there. Hey, hi everybody. Social media family. Being of whatsoever racist, but then not necessarily being of whatever walks of life, factions of society, lifestyle preferences, and being of the old and young alike, both of the two sexual genders of males and females, representing not only that being of, you know, the human species, but then nevertheless likewise as well, all the same, well, whatever I have said, be I speaking correct, proper standing English grammar of American dialect of some such qualities and quantities or not, or be I speaking that of the King's English or street slang for that matter, and as I think a bit with that in my mind's attention to try to backtrack here, with no purpose of being, so I can go on following to continue from where and when that my person at last left off, so I can finish up as in complete a former previous prior lines out in that same sense of word. And being of whom are among yourselves, or as I was saying, or as I could start from the very beginning, on three, 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. Hey, hi, social media family, and or any visitors. Hopefully, not of the like so much of negative internet trolls. When I can get more than enough of my own demons in the flesh, whereas I don't necessarily need to have to become or be influenced by somebody else's. If you take a look at the footnotes in due time. But anyway, getting back to that the basic intro as an introductory or introductory. Well, introduction is what I meant to say, or regardless of whether or not I myself being that my person is speaking correct, proper standard English grammar of American dialect, some of such quality and quantities or not. And as I think of it with that in my mind's attention, try to backtrack here with the purpose, being of which is to, backtrack here so that I can continue from where and when that my person had last left off and going on with the following to try to think of it with a mind's intentions one way or another, in one regard or another, to complete a form previous prior lines out in the in the same sense of word before I were to lose my train of thought any time soon enough again. And whereas I would say to one and all, being as you are, though some is of my social media family, others are not. But then they're likewise of whatsoever racist, and unlike my social media family who cannot or could not possibly be of whatever walks of life, factions of society, or lifestyle preferences compared to any visitors who could possibly be of that being of which is to possibly be considered, but then nevertheless likewise could possibly be like my social media family of the old and young alike of both two sexual genders, of males and females, representing both of the two opposite sexes, and not only that of the human species, but then nevertheless the global community within this post 911 era of our new millennium, of apocalyptic day and age, and whereas the doomsday clock is now supposedly at a few minutes to midnight. The doomsday clock being a military arsenal of that being of whatever remaining superpowers, whereas it is now supposed to be at a few minutes to midnight, compared on our formerly previous or prior to then, it was at a quarter midnight for these rather biblically prophetic times. How you all doing? Well, hopefully everyone is doing at least okay. If not better yet to be said, all right. How do y'all like my tie? Then I'm sporting the finery of American patriotism, as you see. His truth is marching on. Anyway, though, and if you're not all of you among yourselves to be considered, best of all, feeling blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, too blessed to possibly come or be stressed, you and yours, your family and friends, hopefully me and mine, likewise, as well, are all the same. Charge! Get him, Dudley, do right. Get the Dick Dastardlies. Bad boys. Oh, what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do when they come for you? Bitch ass sons with bitch cocksuckers. Get the F out of here with that F and BS. Any internet trolls of the negativeness. Possibly more than quite a few of them could be moonlighting as crank callers and our stalkers. I get more than enough of my share of them. For one who has not as yet become a big time celebrity for any social media website address. I mean the incubatory or in a stage of development, some are such to be possibly considered of that status, and yet they're like stalking me as if I'm a big time celebrity. With where the internet trolls are. How come I get to think about sound just right about now? Are or is what I mentioned, or be, or whatever, or how it should be. I speaking the King's English street slang for that matter. They're stalking me like as if I'm like what's the name of that one millionaire? No, not Donald Dotar Trump. His ass is about to get kicked out of the White House. No, as a matter of fact, he said he's going to leave the White House come some such time midweek, next week, because he's afraid that the American police and the U.S. military are going to bomb rush his ass and whoever else, for that matter, of his political cabinet, to throw his ass out there on the curb, on his ass or on his face. The same as what they're going to do to the likes of some of such of these brain dead, brainless, bonehead, butthead ass effing idiots, hardcore racist rednecks or white boys or closet Klan and closet neo-Nazi pukes. They're going to make ass white out of those cocksuckers, like certain ones that have taken the liberty to trash my column section, for where my notes are at, coming to my chat room, as well as it would be considered on my channel for my own account for this here social media website address, to attempt to diss me. And as I've said before, many times before, in due regard and reference to some such matter when it comes to the likes of negative internet trolls who could possibly attempt to remind me of a proverbial neighbor from damn hell, dickhead, prick, faggoty, public nuisance of a problem neighbor of a male character, acting like as if he himself is searching for some new dick or his next cock to suck on the ride, of a new gay lover, new or next gay lover, homo bedside companion, faggot sexual partner, or gunk fuck buddy. And I'm not interested. There was something else I'm about to say, if I can remember. What was it? Oh, well, what the fuck? I know I'm cussing and swearing like a drunken sailor, y'all. But it comes with the territory when you feel, like quite the lesser to you've been a prodigal son playing part of the devil's advocate. Something about, well, never mind. I guess it wasn't all that important. But anyway, whatsoever or whatever I can speak upon, be it one thing or another, but then, first of all, I have to give the basic introductory or intro as an introduction is what I meant to say. And then from there, I would speak upon whatever subject matter that could come to mind, be it of a topic of discussion to be debated, of an issue at hand, be it a controversy or not, or be it of a plague upon any given society that yet to be resolved if it has not been already or not. Some such of a given argument with the many different views and opinions associated with and representing some such thereof, or be able to speak upon a couple, few or four more for that matter. But then don't kill the messenger. I'm just here to deliver, Okay. Hopefully that much less with that the usages of expedience of profanity, much rather than instead of with that much more, in other words, cuss words to simply say. But then it all depends on how I feel at some given moment in time. And lately I've been feeling kind of in a funk. And regardless of how I'm dressed, in pretty much so some of such my finery, wardrobe, ensemble, clothing, apparel, attire, and complemented with the American flag. And because I am still more or less a patriot, a Captain America, I support my police and military for our own supposed so-called democratic republic, though I don't support dirty cops, because they can get fucked in their asses for fucking themselves. I get more than enough rope to hang themselves with, as well as any internet trolls coming into my personal chat room, tipping the F off. And I do still have many friends upon the nation's police forces and within our nation's military for the different branches of services, So don't start any shit, there won't be any, Quit confusing me with your father, your stepdad, whichever one it is, the case or situation that could have fucked you in your mouth or fucked you in your fucking shitholes, assholes, or a-holes, put it mildly now. You internet trolls, be you like word to be of the likes of the rank and file of closet Klansmen or closet Nazis or brain dead or brainless effing idiots, who could have possibly been victimized by gay pedophile Catholic priest wannabes. That's how come you're so fucked in the head now. No, I wasn't doing so much of a Donald Trump impersonating the mentally challenged. They or we, well, I consider myself partially mentally challenged. I suffer from manic depression. That's one of my medical diagnoses. It's not a good thing. It's like unkind, cruel, or mean to make fun of the mentally challenged. That's what we like to be called, not retarded. But then at least the mentally challenged would have a legit excuse for being that way compared to the average brain dead, brainless, fucking idiot, effing idiot, shithead piece of shit of a gay-like, homosexual, faggoty, racist, redneck, puke, white boy of a closet Klansman and a closet Nazi, or a closet racist, redneck Zionist, one of those white boys otherwise, one of them fake Jews, a kike, SOB bastard. The Jewish, they, believe it or not, research your history, they held quite a bit of a monopoly themselves on the black slave trade, believe it or not, as well as the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church had a lot to do with the Jewish Holocaust, that evil horror of Revelations, Anyway, getting back to some of such other, Okay. Anyway, though, now that I've gotten the basic intro or preliminaries out the way, at least I think I have done so or did, Anyway, though. So, if any of you all are offended at what I have said so far, and before I were to get to speaking upon any subject matter, then please feel free to bounce around. There are like from hundreds to thousands to millions of other social media website address channels and our personal chat rooms that you all could pay a visit to. I mean, after all, unless you become one of my subscribers, I need about 4,000 subscribers like anybody else, in order for reasonable purposes to get paid, mucho dineros, the moolah, the money. Hold it down. Hold it. Okay. Hold up. I'm trying to make a statement. Hold up, y'all. So that my person can, as I was saying, so I say again, as a backtrack here, to reiterate or repeat myself. Some things are worth repeating compared to how other things are not, depending on what it is, I have to get 4,000 subscribers so that I can begin to get paid the money in accordance to that of American or U.S. currency that is complementing our own banking institutions, bit of a currency exchange or a savings and loan or a bank. I only got about $7 to my name. Maybe I played the lottery. I don't know. Played the lottery most recently. See that? See them two lottery cards? One is supposed to be called. Let me see what it's called again. Hold that thought. I'm getting ready to get up here to take a look. So it'll be called Cash King of the 50,000 Jumbo Bucks. Yeah, that's what it's called. You see it now? Y'all, can I get it closer? Let me show you. See. I think you see it now. Look. That Cash King 50,000 Jumbo Bucks. Yeah. I mean, unless I get paid, I'm not giving out much of any freebies. it'd be like, so far as social media broadcasts of that of my own originals or personal making or compositions, of some such, okay. Unless, of course, the freebies are going to be more of a religious or spiritual nature, Okay. Use one of these dollars as a bookmark. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Use one of them as a bookmark. Oh, why you do that? You only got a few. Man, you must think you're a rich man or something. I use one of them as a bookmark for good luck, if not so much as blessings. So that means I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm trying to figure out where that other dollar goes to. No, not the one I just tore, but because I know I had $7 here. Anyway, though, getting back to some such other, then I can always take this one back up if I want to still use it. Yeah, I'm not getting paid to do these broadcasts, and I'm not getting paid to, suffer at the hands, so to speak. Hopefully not literally or actually, by the likes of male characters of dickhead pricks, more of, or mainly or mostly of males than of their female rival counterparts that would pay a visit to my own channel and our personal chat room to diss me, to come off like the dime a dozen internet troll fools that they are, of so much negativity, and remind me of one of these prosperity preachers with their mega churches, as they are so full of shit or full of effing BS. Describe what you're hearing in the background. I don't usually listen as well as watch any religious programs on the television or listen to any on the radio after the closing of the sabbatical Sunday of the weekend. Though there are a few that I would listen to, but not many, very few. Just, as I have said, just that, very few. And I don't listen to any time too soon before sabbatical Sunday of the weekend where it began. I don't listen to much of any. Well, what few I do listen as well as watch, that stat. But the majority, most of them I don't watch or listen, depending on whatever the electronic device of, satellite or frequency emissions of electronic communications of a medium for them to broadcast. I don't really care for any religious television shows or movies or programs or whatever, some such that the FNBS is to be called, because most preachers are full of shit in their own right, full of FNBS. Most preachers, whatsoever, whatever religious denominations, are of the likes of the worst or the worstest of unbelievers and unbelievers, being of deceivers who pretend to be believers in God as in Christians, aka Protestants, and therefore they themselves, being among the likes, would be considered as being the worst or the worstest of closet devil worshippers, being of whom make up the majority or most churchgoers or whatsoever religious denomination, from the pools to the pulpits, perpetrating on the fraud, and speaking upon those matters now to come to mind. Okay. But anyway, getting back to some of such other, and as I begin speak upon those matters once again, as I've done so in times past during a previous or prior former social media broadcast of mine, if not much earlier within this particular one for the present. And if I have spoke upon some such, then let me reiterate and repeat myself. And if I haven't, then let me begin speaking upon some such subject matter here now. As you all know, a bunch of brain dead, brainless, or as most of them are, the majority of them were, if not all of them, they stormed our nation's capital. Notice the title for this social media broadcast of mine, as it is regarding making reference to that of the same as said in question in the former previous prior mentioned. Yes, they stormed. So I say, as I think of it with that in my mind, so just to try to backtrack here with reason on purpose being, and also I can go on to follow the continue from where and when that in my person at last left, so I can finish up as incomplete a former previous prior line thought in that same sense word. Regardless of how I may look like at times, or depending on whether or not I open my mouth, I don't mean so far in regard to express myself, but in regard to the looks of my rows of teeth, whereas I have yet to get dental work, because most of my teeth are just there for show now. compared to what few I can chew with, and I would have to use my fingers or my hands to tear my food up before I eat it, unless I want to choke on something. See that there? They're like Frankenstein. As I had teeth removed on short notice. And as a few of them was removed at one time or another anyway, when I got jacked on foot, when I was up under the influences of, intoxicating alcoholic beverages, and my drug of choice being the wacko weed. Okay. Yes. Before anybody were to, mislabel me as a crackhead or meth head, like some of these negative internet trolls. And whereas that particular day, and speaking upon these matters, before I get back to speaking upon some of such other, that I was about to speak on to, like say, or how you say, to go about the necessary business at hand, being a which is complete former previous prior line of thought in that regard, in reference to those matters, likewise as well I was saying. But anyway, though, so at one time or another, in times past, whereas I was reciting as the attendant somewhere about within a vicinity area neighborhood community for principal properties, a building structure, paying out annual monthly rent to a landlord, and whereas I had violated my golden rule, being a which is to pay my rent, utilities, home phone, cell phone, service fee bills, and etc. before I were to get me one. So far as to get me a drink, or get to, as well, get to smoking on the pipe. Like I said, my drug of choice is wacko weed. Weed, wacko weed, reefer, peyote, marijuana. But anyway, that one given moment in time, I didn't take care of the necessary business at hand first and foremost. And so I got me one. Go. And before you know, I got jacked on foot, by at least on average, or whatever I said. A few, it was literally actually, 3 guys or fellas or dudes all together. 2 of them I did know, 2 out of 3. The other one, the last one, the third one, I didn't know him from Tom, Dick, and Harry to Who Shot John. And 1 or 2 I did know had approached me out on the street, whereas I'm at a liquor store and nearby some, train station, with the elevated being as it is now, what had been a subway. But anyway, though, he greets me and say, "So I see you getting your drink on and your smoke on, huh? Yeah, you look pretty much so like you on cloud 9. How about going back in the liquor store with me and get me one?" And I said, "Well," and I kind of told him myself. I mean, I sent signals his way, because if I hadn't blurted out like I did, I was saying, "Well, I haven't paid my rent yet." And I said, "Right." And so the light bulb come on in his head. Oh, he got money. Ooh, time to get paid. Then this is on chump change here. Saying no kind of money. See? I couldn't say so much as far. That all depends, I mean, after all, I haven't hit the lottery yet. I always lose a lot, mainly mostly. If I do win, I'll usually just either score a few bucks, or get another lottery ticket for my winnings, and it turns out to be a losing lottery ticket, Okay. And although I myself prefer to consider that my person, being more accustomed to the finer things in life and a rather lavish lifestyle, than to receive just a annual once a month check, be it a crazy check or a Kool-Aid check, crazy check being a disability check and Kool-Aid check being a public aid check, Then the president-elect is supposed to initiate another stimulus check for, well, hopefully mainly or mostly the poor, needy, and homeless to receive. But anyway, getting back to the story at hand. So I told this Joe Blow, this Joe Palooka, Joe Schmo, Joe Schmuck, I told this bozo, I said, "Well, I haven't paid my rent and then some yet." And he said, "Oh, we got money, huh?" Yeah. And from there the machinery had got to, working in his head. Now, how can I do this with my homies? He said, hey, man, I mean, is you going to leave me hanging? Am I your homie, man? Am I your homie, man? What, bro, man? What? What it be like, man? What's up, man? I thought we was like this, man. Yeah, we like this. Well, come on, let's go on back into that liquor store and get me one. So I went back in there with him, and then I got him, because I was drinking a 40 ounce. I was about to give me another one. I was maybe thinking about giving me a pint and then my drug of choice. But I didn't get the chance to get the liquor and my drug of choice, because as I'm coming out, after I done bought him, because I had, let me see. I had got me, I drank the 40 ounce. I was thinking about getting another one. I had me a pack of squares and I had me a Walkman radio. Remember those electronic devices that you could listen to music to? You don't see much of those, nowadays. You have to go online, I think, or search for some such in a advertisement merchandise catalog and so forth. But anyway, so I'm coming out the liquor store. Then all of a sudden he's like whistling. One or two that I did know compared to the third one. I didn't know him from Tom, Dick, and Harry to Who Shot John. He's like, and then these two bozos, these jokers come out of nowhere, and all three of them converged on me. One was on the left of me, one was on the right of me, and one was in back of me. And these were black brothers, like I myself am. But then I'm a mixed breed. I'm supposed to be like, let me see now. I'm supposed to be German, Italian, Russian, maybe French at that, Puerto Rican and Indian, and a host of some such other. Then I haven't seen my white relatives in years. Yes, I still have white relatives within my own family tree. Or cousins. I just haven't seen them in years. I'm quite the mixed breed. But anyway, getting back to some such other. Before I lose my train of thought. Oh, excuse me. I've been feeling a little bit up on the weather lately. I mean, and then it's crazy weather with the mad scientists. They keep, throwing a monkey wrench in Mother Nature's program to do so. And then they talking about some astronauts want to go up into space once again. And the green aliens or Martians from outer space have already told American astronauts and Russian cosmonauts not to go back to the planet of the moon. Otherwise, there will be hell to pay. Similar to the case of situation down here, where there will be hell to pay if any racist redneck Joe Palookas attempt to raid any of our nation's government buildings because they are like prepared and ready to do battle. My American police and my U.S. military, give them thumbs up, American law enforcement, American police officers, detectives, and American military. 3, the scoreboard, racist redneck Palooka Joes, 0. So don't even try, don't even start. Don't let me start any shit, any FNBS. Don't even try, don't even think. Anyway, getting back to some such other, And I was last speaking on pound of aliens from outer space. They told, American astronauts, excuse me again, Russian cosmonauts, not to go back to the moon again. It's a TV show called Ancient Aliens. I think that's the name of it. Tells about all that UFOs and aliens from outer space, Martians and Venetians. Then there's another. I'm a fan of those kind of TV shows. Though I watch a variety of TV shows and movies like that, and talk shows and etc. And news. I have to get my news in so I can know what's going on in the world. Try not to watch it too early in the morning. Because I don't want to start my day off the wrong way. And I try not to watch it too late at night, because I don't want to have any more nightmares than what I could possibly already have. So anyway, there's another one little kind of TV show. It's called The Blue Book. Blue Book, something like that. It's either on cable or satellite. I don't know. Anyway, getting back to the story at hand. So I go into that liquor store, and then as I'm coming out, they all bum rushed me. One on the left of me, one on the right. I couldn't fight them all because I was up under the influence. I was just that, It's not nice to make fun of the mentally challenged President Donald Trump, Mr. Moneybags, Mr. President Pussy Groper. Well, at least he didn't sexually assault or rape anybody like, former ex-president Bill Clinton. He got away with murder, with his wife with all them bogus emails of hers, hundreds of thousands of bogus emails. And President Donald Trump had a chance to throw her in the can, and now look where he's at, in a position to be thrown in the can, you know. But anyway, getting back to the story at hand. So they got me. One was on the left of me, one was on the right of me, two black brothers. Two black brothers, one on the left and one on the right, and the third black brother in the back of me. And 2 out of 3 of them I knew. And they was going through my pocket. And they robbed me blind. Disregard what you're hearing in the background, just some of these proverbial neighbors from hell, the dickhead priests, public nuisance, problem neighbors, you know. As long as they remember to stay outside the apartment door. Because I have more than quite a few police friends and military friends at that. But anyway, getting back to some of such other. So the one on the left of me is going to my pants pocket, and the one on the right of me is doing the same. And the other in back of me, he's holding my mouth while they going to my pocket, you know, and hold me, you know. One holding one of my arm with one of his hands, the other holding one of my arm with one of his hands, and while the other hands are going through both my pockets, and one holding me by my waist, holding my mouth so I won't be able to yell up to any transportation attendants. Help me, I'm being robbed. They're robbing me. I'm drunk as a skunk and I can't fight tomorrow. If I'm sober, I put up a much better fight. Help me, call the police. So they robbed me blind, you know. Whereas I hear one tell the other, y'all got it? Y'all got it? Then they say, yeah, we got it. And they say, okay, let's go. Let's pull up. Man, all I got out of the deal was a 40 ounce. Say a 40 ounce, a pack of squares, and that Walkman I was listening to, you know. And so I go back to my place of residence. This was for apartment in the past, you know, some years ago. And I tell my landlord, I don't know what to tell you. He said, what's wrong? Why are you looking like that? What you got to say? You got my money? My rent money? I said, well, I don't want to hear any well. You usually pay your rent. So what's up? I got robbed. He said, what? No shit. He said, well, that ain't my problem. I'm sorry. Unless you some kind of handyman that can do odd jobs around my building premises and properties, I got more than quite a few of them, I'm going to have to let you leave. You got to go. Now, I'm going to give you something like a time frame period of from 24 to 72 hours to get my rent money and put it in my hand, because usually one of my tenants that pays one's rent on time, though time you may be a little late, but you usually pay it on a monthly basis. This is not like you. You know, you got to put it in my hand. You got to get this enough within the next 24 to 72 hours for a time frame period as that being. Otherwise, you know, I can't save your spot for you. I said, all right, well, then let me just go to my room and all that. And he said, no, ain't nothing like that, man. You know, you got to go now and get my rent money, man. And I can't let you stay here for free. The rent is due, man. I want my money. So come the next month around, because I had to go elsewhere and chill. So I couldn't stay there. So the following month, I had his money in his hand that time and violated my golden rule, which is to pay my rent, utilities, home phone, cell phone, fee bills, and etc. before I were to get me one, you know, bottle, get to drinking from the bottle, or smoking the pipe, get to live my life in the bottle, or live my life in the pipe, or live my life in both, you know. So from there, you know, that kind of gave me some kind of epitome or reveration, you know. Man, from there I get the thing. I can't stay here anymore. If he's like that, you know, he wasn't gonna give me any leniency. He wasn't showing much of any sympathy or empathy. So I left there and found me a spot elsewhere, you know, because I didn't like the way he played me, you know. And so now that I got that out of my system, getting back to some such other, you know, speaking on this subject matter, as I was saying, or about to say, or reiterate, or to complete a form of previous prior line thought. As you all know, that some of such racist rednecks, they had raided our nation's capital, you know. And I don't know what they was thinking, you know. I'm like, what, are you crazy? Are you insane? Well, I know you're at least stupid. What's wrong with you? You know, you don't do that kind of fucked up shit, that F and BS, you know. That's crazy. That's insane, as well as it's stupid or ignorant. You know, you don't do that, you know. But anyway, They got away with murder that time, but this time, the American police and the U.S. military, they ain't playing that shit, They don't want any repeats. If the damn racist redneck Joe Palookas, Joe Schmo, Joe Schmucks attempt that shit again, and whereas not only have the police and the military been giving their orders, but licensed doctors, nurses, and paramedics have been given their orders. Notice the footnotes, that they are not to resuscitate any of those cocksuckers. If they were to be ever so lucky, not blessed, but lucky to be carted away in a paramedics ambulance, not to mention or let alone make it to a hospital nationwide, the doctors, nurses, and paramedics have been given their orders not to treat them cocksuckers. Those motherfuckers, those fucking idiot pieces of shit, shithead, those effing idiots. Then because of that effing BS they pulled last Wednesday. Otherwise, the doctors, nurses, and paramedics may immediately lose their jobs and lose their insurance, lose everything. If any of them treat any of them cocksuckers a hardcore, racist, redneck Joe Palookas or Joe Schmo. So if any of them damn dick-sucking, balls-licking, homoish, fatty, gay-like, closet Klan and closet neo-Nazis, if they don't want to be bleeding to death on the streets, because none of the doctors, nurses, and paramedics are going to treat them, where they be like saying, man, I ain't studying. I already received the info, the orders from the high command. We're not to treat them cocksuckers, Man, I got bills to pay, man. I got a new mortgage to put down on my house. I got a new what you gonna call it? What they call them? I have yet to get me a ride, a car, automobile, or motor vehicle. I gotta make a down payment on my car, man, before I get repossessed, man. I mean, shit. Them motherfuckers, as far as I don't know about anybody else, but them motherfuckers, if they get shot up by the police and the military, they just gonna have to bleed to death, But I got a wife and children to take care of. Fuck that, Ain't no damn doctor, nurse, or paramedic gonna treat them motherfuckers. Any doctors and nurses and paramedics that at least still possess half their marbles, knowing that they got bills to pay as well. Fuck that, So it'd be a really fucked up day. Really bad day in Dodge if any of them damn racist redneck Joe Palookas, attempt to start some shit and wind up getting shot up with bullets, have so many bullet holes, and they bleed, and they like trying to beg a paramedic to help them. Nah, no can do, bro. No can do. You made that bed, you lie in it. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. No can do. It ain't my problem. I got bills to pay, man. My family gotta eat. I gotta eat. We gotta be clothed. We gotta be housed. Baby needs a new pair of shoes. The whole fucking 9 yards. You on your own, man. Get you a needle and thread and sew that shit up. Regardless of how you get an infection, though, behind that shit. Get you a needle and thread and sew that shit up. Because I ain't helping you. Shit, it's out of my hands. And imagine police officers in the military. If any of them doctors and nurses, they on call, if they be there at some given on time, if those characters haven't made it out to the facility, even so the paramedics and the police officers in the military say, get away from the suspect. Don't treat them. Don't treat them. You heard what I said. Get away from the suspect. Do I stutter? That's what the fuck it's going to be like. They're going to be like dog meat made out to be ass right. Get away from the suspect. Remind me of a TV show episode of Law and Order when some cop killer, he was transported to a local vicinity area neighborhood hospital, medical facility, regardless of whether it's supposed to be public or private, according to the skit, And there were wall-to-wall police officers in his hospital room where he handcuffed to bed, and they beat the shit out of him. And the doctors and nurses wanna check on him, and lawyers and the police saying, "Get away! It's not your problem. It's our call." They beating shit out that motherfucker while he's in the bed. Motherfucker, you attempted to kill one of our own. You piece of shit. Boom, 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 boom. It was supposed to be a white boy, you know, that these different police officers were beating the shit out of him. That's a mistake. It was supposed to be a white boy. So, you racist redneck Joe Palookas, watch your step, motherfuckers. You know, hell wants to be paid. You want to act all like you fucking demon possessed and shit, like you done gone full flight from reality, like you done lost your fucking marbles all together with that fucking bullshit, that effing BS you pulled last Wednesday. They ain't having it. The police and the military, I don't know. I myself am prior military enlistment personnel. You hear what I'm saying? And whereas my AIT was supposed to be a number of things, that's including MP, military police. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all don't want to start any shit. Don't start any shit. There won't be any. Like y'all gonna be fucked up come that day. On the ground, bleeding to death. The doctors and nurses are going to treat the police officers, detectives, and military personnel, but they ain't gonna treat y'all asses if their jobs are on the line, if their insurance or pensions are on the line. Not at this time, not on short notice. That's the call come from the high command and from shadow government and shit. So fuck off with that shit. Stay your motherfucking asses home, and you may live to see another motherfucking day. You know. Then I'm gonna close out, you all. You know, like right. Sorry, I've been cussing and swearing like a drunken sailor, surely, but I ain't feeling what the shit is happening in this world today, especially in our own country. From pandemic to some racist redneck Joe Palooka storming our nation's capital. I know I should take it all in stride and be more Christian about it, but then I haven't been able to go to church lately because the churches are closed and self-help recovery meetings are closed. I mean, it's like a fucked up situation, like Pandora's box, man. A living damn hell. And then the neighbor from hell is acting out like quite a dickhead prick. But anyway, to wrap things up, you know, I have to force myself to say this. It don't come naturally for me to say just that. And that is, you know, so I paraphrase it, not quarters. Like, if you have not gotten Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I would hope that you would think to do so now while the blood is still running warm in your veins. By recognizing or realizing, however said, that's speaking correct, proper standard English grammar of the American dialect or some such qualities and quantities or not, you know, by recognizing or realize, I say, what he himself had done or did upon the cross of Calvary on the hill of Golgotha, suffering at the hands of some such Roman soldiers upon the orders of their superiors, religious and otherwise, whereas he gave his life upon the cross of Calvary to become the perfect sacrifice, the only sacrifice for you as well as for me, so that if any of us being whatsoever races and or whatever walks of life, fashion of society, or lifestyle preferences, being an old, young, alike, or both two sexual genders, males and females represent not only that being of the human species, but then nevertheless the global community within this post-911 era of the apocalyptic day and age where the doomsday clock, being of the military arsenals or what remaining superpowers is supposed to be at a couple few minutes to midnight, compared on to our foreign previous prior to then it was at a quarter midnight for these rather biblically prophetic times. Were to profess some of such faith in him, from there we become and be blessed in one regard or another, in more ways than one. First and foremost, with his salvation, being of which is only means by which any of us can or could possibly become citizens of the kingdom of heaven, and second of all, with that of his deliverance. Otherwise, if you don't have, first and foremost, not just a much more, but the most important blessing being of his salvation, then your shit is fucked, put it like that. Especially if you are the likes of them racist rednecks storming the nation's capital and planning to storm other government buildings where the police and the military, they ain't having that shit. And you know where you gonna wind up if you ain't got salvation. The salvation plan, you don't have the blood sacrifice of salvation of our Lord and Savior Christ, the Messiah deliver upon and within your soul. The Messiah Messiahs, the rabbis, Akila Haba, Jesus Christ, superstar. Day by day. Hey, day by day, living for Jesus. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to sound like a religious church hypocrite. If anything, I just sound like a prodigal son. That's what I am at the moment, you know. Oh, don't start any shit. Don't start any fucking shit. Well, I hope not gay as well. God forbid. I'm not a closet cock-sucking faggot. I mean, imagine.
Don't start this shit, because the American police and the U.S. military gonna fuck your shit up. Fucking idiot, shithead pieces of shit. They don't like that shit that y'all did last Wednesday. Y'all some fucking retards. Donald Trump quit making fun of the mentally challenged as well. You started this shit. I'll be thankful that Kathy Griffin and chop your motherfucking head off. She still want to kill your ass. Like Homer Simpson wants to do the damn thing. You fucking racist rednecks. Racist redneck white boys. If the police and the military get a piece of their ass, I want a piece of their ass. Wherever y'all. They're going to make ass white out of y'all. Are y'all ready to become the peanut butter snacks? Fix yourself a sandwich. Ain't got nothing to eat. Boom, 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 boom. Fix yourself a sandwich. Boom. Pussy ass peanut butter. It's good or great to beat your mushroom chip all up in. Get it. www.guyhasefast.com. They're gonna have y'all motherfuckers sucking their dicks and setting out your asses. Bum 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 bum. Papa Willie like the bum 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 bum. They're gonna have y'all looking more like Rainbow Mouth than Takeshi 69. Let's be busting nuts in y'all damn mouths. Have y'all on all fours, dicking y'all in the ass, doing y'all doggy style and spread eagle style, sticking their police batons and military batons all in your mouths and up your assholes, up your shitholes, assholes or a-hole, beating y'all over the head with it, pistol whipping y'all asses, popping y'all asses with the different makes and models, loaded lethal weapons of firearms. So don't start starting shit and you'll be all right, you damn racist redneck Yopalukas or closet cleaner, closet neo-Nazi dick sucking ass, faggoty male characters, you stupid, sick SOB bastards. Anyway, though, I hope that you all have gotten something out of what I was like saying, so you won't end up in the lake of fire, damn hell, anybody for that matter, by accepting Christ as your personal Lord and Savior while you still have time, because tomorrow is not promised to anyone, Otherwise, you cannot become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven if you don't have Christ's salvation. You all take care and be safe. Be blessed. Not stress. Peace.